The Arab states are renowned for their spectacular and monumental architecture. Think of Burj Khalifa and Palm Islands in Dubai, the Louvre Museum in Abu Dhabi, and the 10,000-room hotel being built in Mecca. Built by the state's immense oil wealth, they are constructing with a scale and ambition unparalleled anywhere in the world. The Qatar 2022 World Cup is no exception. Despite being the smallest nation to ever host a football tournament, they have gone all out, creating 8 breathtaking stadiums, the envy of the world. All the stadiums are powered by solar panel farms, and given Qatar's scorching climate, their cooling system has been meticulously designed. After all, fainting football superstars did not make the best headlines. In fact, Qatar's dedication to sound environmental practices earned all the stadiums 4 or 5 stars from the Global Sustainability Assessment System. It is all very impressive. Let's take a tour around these 8 modern marbles. We are exploring how they are made, what they cost, and unbelievable story behind each. Al-Bayt Stadium. The first and perhaps most instantly recognizable is the Al-Bayt Stadium. Located about 35 kilometers away from the Qatar's capital of Doha, it can hold 63,000 people, and it is the second biggest of all the stadiums built. Indeed, it towers over the surrounding landscape. After winning its bid to host the World Cup in 2010, Qatar set about building their vision in 2015. They awarded Dar Al-Handasa, a Lebanese construction company, the contract to design and build the stadium. Their vision drew inspiration from the traditional tents of the nomadic peoples of Qatar. Locally known as Bayt al-Sha'ar tents, the name was also given to the stadium. The walls blew in and out, echoing the flowing fabric. Such tents are ideal in the hot desert climate. However, the Al-Bayt system features a slight more high-tech solution. A colossal retractable roof will cool interior, helping to manage the scorching Qatari's temperature. The tent-like structure also shades the pitch. This clever design work earned the stadium several sustainability certifications, including a 5-star GSAS rating. But the stadium is more than just a football arena. You will find a 5-star hotel and shopping centers inside its massive walls. These luxurious hotel rooms all post balcony views of the football field and the breathtaking display of opulence. It is like no other stadium on earth, aside from its siblings built for the World Cup. The stadium is planned for 8 games, including the opening match. However, once the tournament is over, the upper tier of the seats will be removed and given to the developing nations. It is a bold gesture. It will remove the stadium's capacity to below 32,000, a more manageable number considering the local city of Al-Khor has a population of only 202,000. Al-Janoob Stadium. Established in one of Qatar's oldest neighborhoods, Al-Janoob Stadium was designed by renowned British rocky architect Zaha Hadid, famous for the London Olympics Aquatic Center and Beijing Daxing Airport. Sadly, Hadid died in 2016 and never witnessed the stunning postmodern and neo-futurist design she conceived. It wasn't nearly a futuristic design, however. The swooping frilled curves are meant to mirror the sails of traditional dhow boats used by pearl divers to sail through the dangerous currents of the Persian Gulf. It is not hard to see the similarity, in fact. The curved linear roof gives spectators the feeling of being on a ship, and the bowed beams holding up the roof also resemble a ship's hull. It is a beautiful landmark to see the seafaring history of Al-Wakra, the city where the stadium is located. It also features a retractable roof and complex cooling system capable of reducing the inner temperature as low as 18 degrees. Like all major developments, 40,000-seater stadium was conceived as a part of a wider project. As the architecturers explained, the stadium was designed in conjunction with a new prefect so that it sits at the heart of an urban extension of the city, creating community-based activities in and around the stadium on non-event days. It's a saddle knot to the issue which typically plagues such developments, with a sports complex also featuring swimming pools, spas, a shopping center, and schools, wedding halls, additional sports facilities and restaurants planned nearby. $700 million cost may not be in vain. Still, 20,000 seats will be removed after the stadium's 7 World Cup games. Ahmad bin Ali Stadium. The Ahmad bin Ali Stadium, better known as Al Rayyan Stadium, sits on the side of one of Qatar's major arenas. In fact, it is almost the same stadium with 80% of the construction materials being reused or recycled. And it's a masterclass of upcycling, not that you could tell. Designed by a pattern design, this 40,000-seater stadium features a huge media facade with a membrane that acts as a screen for the projection, news commercials and tournament information. It is too hard to comprehend the scale or the glimmering spectacle it creates miles away in desert. With a price tag of $360 million, it is one of the cheapest stadiums built by the Qataris, but no less breathtaking. It is also one of the few planned to be used by a sports team after the tournament ends. The Al Rayyan Sports Club will call the stadium home with a reduced capacity of 20,000. Al Rayyan is a multi-sports club and one of Qatar's most successful, with the titles in basketball, handball, and volleyball. This stadium is sure to get significant use, although it's the football team that receives most of the attention. The stadium will host 7 matches through the World Cup 2022, opening to the public on December 2020. It has already hosted during FIFA Arab Cup 2021. Al Tumama Stadium. Al Tumama Stadium is perhaps the most Arabic in its aesthetic. Named after a native tree, its design is based on a traditional woven head popular amongst Arabic men. It is an unusual design of choice for a football stadium, yet it certainly strikes a bold and elegant image on the Qatari skyline. In fact, so inspiring is the design that it was awarded by the MIPIM Architectural Review Future Project Award in the Sports Stadiums category in France. Located in Al Tumama, a district of Doha, stadium is just 12 kilometers south of the city center. The glistering stadium is therefore planned to be at the heart of the tournament, featuring 8 games including a quarter-final. Like other stadiums, it has a capacity of 40,000 people, planned to be reduced by 20,000 following the tournament. It's also part of a wider development project. The $342 million stadium sits on a 50 square kilometer public park, bringing greenery not often seen in the Arab country. It's a clear statement of Qatar's environmental ambitions. When the 20,000 seats are removed, a boutique hotel is planned and a branch of the world-renowned Aspitar Sports Clinic. The mosque will also feature inside the stadium, highlighting the desire for the arena to continue to serve the community long after the tournament has ended. After all, though Qatar is among the world's wealthiest countries, wasting billions of dollars on stadiums is a step too far even for them. Already, stadium has hosted 6 games in the FIFA Arab Cup 2021, including a semi-final between host nation Qatar and Algeria. Education City Stadium. The Education City Stadium is the most romantically named of the 8. Nevertheless, this 40,000-seater arena is located in the Education City, 7 kilometers south of Doha. Has earned the nickname the Diamond in Desert. Single glance tell you why. Designed by Fenwick Iribagen and pattern design, the building has a facade composed of a myriad of diamond chips, giving the overall structure its jewel-like appearance. Indeed, these diamond patterns appear to shimmer and change color as the sun moves across the sky. Despite being the jewel of Qatar World Cup ambitions, it is also among the most environmentally sustainable stadiums in the world, receiving a 5-star GSAS rating. In fact, 20% of the building materials came from green sources. Education City Stadium will be among the most prominent following the World Cup. Built in the heart of an education city, which features satellite campuses of 8 international universities. The stadium will play host to the university athletic team, retaining 25,000 of its initial 40,000 seats. The stadium will feature in 8 World Cup games, including a quarter-final. Since its opening in 2020, it served as a popular arena for international football events including the 2020 FIFA Club Cup and 5 matches during the FIFA Arab Cup. The $700 million stadium is certainly proving its worth. But with such an enormous price tag, the Qatari will be looking for other headline events to host going forward. Khalifa International Stadium. Qatar's premier stadium is rightfully known as the National Stadium. Named after Khalifa bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar's former premier, it sits with a truly vast complex of sports centers, shops and restaurants. The stadium first opened in 1976 and hosted 1992 Golf Cup in which Qatar won for the first time. For the 2002 Asian Games, the stadium's capacity was increased from 20,000 to 40,000 seats and the roof was added to cover the western side. With such an illustrious history, Khalifa is the only World Cup stadium not being partially or fully dismantled afterwards. Also, with the refurbishment cost of $374 million equivalent to some of the smaller stadiums, it is hardly surprising. Home to Qatar's national football team, as well as numerous other track and field competitions, it is the best known and new stadium in the country. In recent years, it played host to 6 games of the 2011 Pan-Arab Games, the 2019 World Athletic Championship, and 5 games of 2019 FIFA World Cup, including the final. It will be an exciting venue for the football fans situated in Doha Sports City nearby Hamad Aquatic Center, featuring an Olympic-sized swimming pool and Aspire Park. World's largest multi-purpose sports hall. The Villaggio Mall is also a stone's throw away. Inspired by an Italian hill town, it features a 150-meter long indoor canal complete with guardovers. The Khalifa will be a centerpiece stadium for the nation, hosting 8 matches including the short place playoff. It is still not the biggest stadium Qatars have built, however. Lusail Stadium. The biggest and the boldest of Qatar's new stadiums is the humbly named Lusail Iconic Stadium. It will be the flagship stadium for the tournament, hosting 10 games including the final. It's pure opulence and it's designed by the renowned British architectural firm Foster & Partners. This stadium design pays an homage to the floating-out lantern and the traditional handcrafted bowls, vessels used throughout the Middle East. It is visioned as a dance of lights and shadows with the intense Qatari sun bouncing off the golden panels. It's not just golden panels. Solar panels also power the building, the entire structure having a zero carbon footprint. But such ambition comes with the size of a price tag. It reportedly costed $767 million, with construction being delayed a year. With a total capacity of 80,000, it is by far the biggest stadium of 8. Like almost all the stadiums, it is planned to be reconfigured after the event to a more manageable number of 40,000 seats. Parts of the building are expected to be repurposed into community spaces, including shops, cafes, athletic education facilities, and even a health clinic. What remains of an upper tier will become part of outdoor terraces for new homes. It's an ingenious way to make use of these Cargonaut structures. It will be the center point of new Lusail city, located 23 kilometers north of Doha. Lusail is even more ambitious than the stadium and will be the hottest destination for tournament spectators. Much of the city is yet to be complete, but it will eventually accommodate 450,000 people. It is planned to have marines, residential areas, island resorts, commercial districts, and more. The Lusail Iconic Stadium will be the pinnacle of the city's achievements so far. Being the 5th largest footage stadium in the world, it will make one unforgettable final match. Stadium 974. The most impressive stadium isn't the biggest, however. Stadium 974, formerly Rasba Abdud Stadium, is a 40,000-seater arena unlike anything anywhere on the planet. In fact, despite an opening in November 2021, the stadium won't exist in a few years. That's right, after the World Cup ends, the entire structure planned to be dismantled. In fact, from its conception, the whole stadium with permanence in mind. Its name, which pays homage to Qatar's international sailing code, is also an element of its design. Constructed with 974 recycled shipping containers and modular steel, the extraordinary stadium is a blueprint for the future tournament hosts worried about being stuck with an expensive stadium that they can't fill afterwards. It's the first temporary venue in FIFA World Cup history. Its initiative design uses containers for bathrooms and concessions as well as the stadium's outer wall. Despite this cobbled-together approach, the waterfront area is uniquely maintained, the grandeur of traditional stadiums, but with a modern eco-spin. It received a 4-star sustainability rating from the GSAS. Nor are the quarters wasting their efforts. The stadium was tested on the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup's opening day and it's planned to host 7 matches during FIFA 2022 World Cup. It is unknown how much the temporary structure cost to build, though the site will become waterfront development after being deconstructed. The shipping containers and modular steel and seats will be provided as assistance for underdeveloped countries worldwide. You bet it won't be the last temporary stadium to the future in World Cup, but it will be the benchmark by which all others are measured. But what do you think, as Qatar exceed expectations by producing the greatest football stadiums in the world? Or they are just monumental structures that will fail to live up to the hype? After all, stadiums of World Cups past are often doomed to financial problems, remaining empty for years. What do you think of temporary stadiums? Is this ingenious solution to the problem? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content.